how are you? It's Traviseen here, and welcome back to our adventures with Koan Food, the Pandaren Monk.
Greetings.
Today, we are heading up to Northern, guys. We are currently in Barradon Bay, Menethil Harbor, or what was of Menethil Harbor. It is flooded. Got flooded during the Cataclysm, and now we are going to check out one of my favorite entrances into a new expansion. And that is Wrath of the Lich King. We're taking this boat up to Northern into the Howling Fjord. Pretty epic entrance. It's the best entrance into Wrath of the Lich King, in my opinion. Here we go. If they ever do another Wrath of the Lich King Classic, I'm 100% taking this boat in with a bunch of people on the Alliance side. Probably with the Gnome Mage. Just the music, the ambience, looks great. Here we go. Just opens up. There's the Proto Drakes. I really like those dragons, the Proto Drakes. They just seem more like real dragons. It's the way they flap their wings all in like a chaotic way. All right, well, here we are, guys. We are in Northrend. Hell has frozen over. Poor Dragon's got another thing coming if he thinks the group of Green Guild scrubs he sent to defend this port can hold out much longer. McElroy raises an eyebrow as he examines your equipment. You, however, might fare a bit better. The importance of holding this port cannot be stated enough. And with those monsters flying overhead, the situation around here has gone from bad to worse. Report to Vice Admiral Keller just northwest of here and let him know that you are all out of bubblegum.
Very good.
Alright, so here we are at Valgard. We will be fighting against the Vicruel who are flying overhead. And there's Vice Admiral Keller.
King's honor, friend.
The dwarf speaks the truth. We can't afford to lose this port. It's one of two safe harbors that the Alliance has on this chunk of frozen hell. The other being a few hundred miles west of here on the coast of the Borean Tundra.
Be careful.
If Valgard falls, our primary supply line into Northrend will cease to exist. From there, it'll only be a matter of time before we are all servants of the Lich King. Now, I don't know about you, But I've got a wife and 3 kids back in Elwyn, and I'll be damned if I'll go down without a fight. The situation here is critical, and we can use all the manpower you're able to muster. Get to the front gate and help the guards defend the city against the invading monsters.
Bless you.
All right, here we go. Let's get the flight point here. We have cold weather flying. That means we can fly around.
What brings you here?
Allies in
A
Dalaran.
fellow.
Should we take a griffin ride to Dalaran? Not right now. We'll go at 70, because once we go at 70, we can buy an upgrade for flight speed. So we'll pick that up later.
Be careful.
We'll set our hearth for this place. And a lot of people don't take this route into Northrend after Wrath of Lich King. Most people go to Stormwind, right? And Stormwind takes you to the Borean Tundra, to Valiant's Keep.
Making a special purchase?
There's the Innkeeper.
Looking for something specific? See you later.
So you have to travel to Menethil Harbor to get here. Most people don't do that, right? They just go from Stormwind and then they're in the Borean Tundra. Here we are. Let's deal with these dragon player invaders. See how we do here. Looks like we're doing just fine. Oh, we're actually getting beat up here. And the Vicryl are, I guess you could say they're the forefathers of the human race in this game. And humans are kind of considered to be like, I don't know, an off race to the Vicryl, I believe. But the humans came from the Vicryl. There we go. Let's turn this in.
Need help?
Gave our defenders the extra support they needed. Oh, and Pooh, morale is higher than ever now. Thanks to you, I think they'll be able to handle the remaining onslaught on their own. I've got bigger plans for you.
For the Alliance.
We'd been here for a month when those malformed giants appeared out of thin air. We were ill prepared for any sort of attack and paid dearly for our complacency. An entire archaeology team was lost, and several townsfolk were abducted and taken to the ruins. We've been on the defensive ever since. To make matters worse, the scouts who were sent to rescue our people have been harpooned by the Vicryl and left for dead in the forest directly north of the Valgard. Dislodge those harpoons and free our scouts. They chose a pretty rough spot, you know, you're completely you're on the low ground, there's like a high ground up here, they can shoot harpoons down at you. They're up here as well, shooting at them. They picked they picked a... It's a good spot for, you know, getting access to you know, the ocean and stuff like that, but they're completely surrounded. Let's rescue these scouts. I think we can deal with a bunch of them, to be honest. I don't think anything's changed. They do more damage, though. You have to watch out a little bit. There we go. We got all the harpoons. Another quest over here we should pick up. Fresh legs.
Well met.
It's come at great cost, but we've completed our inspection of the site. The news isn't good. Nearly everyone has been slain or captured. Only a few veteran guards remain unaccounted for. The scouts have done all we can here. You must pick up where we've left off. Sound off a skirmish. Sounds of a skirmish are coming from the hill up to the northeast. Have a look, punk. We can only hope there are some who have survived, and that they may have some intel we can use against the enemy. So that's just up here. We'll go back and turn and rescue the rescuers. When there's dagger cap diving. Not a fan of that quest. You have to like go down and... It's not a bad one. We'll probably end up doing it. Maybe. We'll see. What the Vicryl did to our scouts was a gruesome display of savagery. It was a scare tactic meant to weaken our resolve, to send us running in fear for our lives. It failed. We're going to show those monsters what it means to wage war against the Alliance. Alright, so we should get an item here, I would hope. It's a staff with some attack power on it. Doesn't look like we'll just take the staff. It's worth the most.
For the Alliance.
Is that better than what we have? Looks like it's 83 stamina, 72 attack power, 146.8 damage per second. Put it on. Prisoners of Wormskull. This battle is far from over, Koan Fu. If our people are still alive inside that village, someone has to go and get them. Vice Admiral Keller nods at you. Head north and enter Wormskull Village. Once there, look for our people. If they are in prison, you'll need to find a way to break them out. Maybe they'll have some more information about what it is that we're actually fighting. Now we've opened up, you know, a bunch of other quests.
What can I do for you?
The Human League.
What's on your mind?
We were on the brink of an archaeological breakthrough when those monsters attacked. Sadly, I was the only one to make it back to Valgard. Now, I don't know if my crew is dead or alive, but the artifacts we uncovered on the dig must be found. If you're heading into Wormskull Village, will you keep an eye out for my team? If there's any hope of recovering that information, we must pursue it. Search for Pulroy first. He was the last one I saw before I made my escape. And there's a guard captain Zorak. A path to payback. 2 weeks ago, our chief engineer got his hands on a Vicryl harpoon gun. Same type of gun the Vicryl used to take down our ships. By studying that gun, he managed to put together a comprehensive operation manual. Unfortunately, he was a bit abducted and taken north of here to Wormskull Village. We eventually did find him, but near death and without the manual. His dying words indicated that the manual was lost in the Utgard catacombs, located at the northwest end of Wormskull. Give me that
Go
manual.
with honor, friend.
Each day is a blessing.
While the Explorers League may discern bits and pieces of the past through their archaeological findings, and the Vice Admiral might extract some knowledge of the present through brute force, the truth lies with the spirits. With the proper reagents, I am able to see into the spirit world. It is there that the past, present, and future of Northern resides. If you wish to learn more, I will require my reagent pouch. It was lost in a ship that is now at the bottom of Daggercat Bay, just east of here.
Dionys Bakar.
Alright, so there we go. We got a bunch of quests to do now. Maybe we'll do Daggercat diving later. So we need to save some villagers here. We got a couple of cage keys there. Thanks, friend. Looking for another to join your group? Yeah, they do fight with us. Looks like there's another cage just over here. And he gave us a buff. The Paladin gave us Blessing of Might, 20 attack bar. Yeah, my thanks, hero. If you don't mind, I'd like to stay by your side for a bit and exact a little vengeance upon my captors. So did we get one more key? We got another buff. Nice. That's a priest. Gave us power word fortitude, 79 stamina. We just have to use the harpoon here. The harpoon operation manual. We found Pulroy a bit too late, it seems. While looking over the corpse, you see a journal clenched tightly in Pulroy's death grip. Upon examining the journal, you read what appears to be the scribbling of a dying dwarf. Whoever finds this journal, these bloodthirsty monsters have taken up residence in the ruins of Wormskull. What they want or why they're here is a mystery. In any case, the artifacts are not safe with those beast men around. Zed and I made a new discovery while hiding out, a cipher to decode the tablets. Unfortunately, Zed and I were separated late last night. He had the cipher tablets were with Glorenfeld and Dagard. Location unknown. Find Zed Polaroid. Did we get the manual? Looks like the manual's maybe in the water. Or maybe there's like an entrance below. I'm not too sure, I forget. don't think there is an entrance below, to be honest. It could be underground, though. Supposedly the reagent pouch is over here. Alright, so we'll head inside here. Looks like someone's already been here. This is Utgard Keep. This is where the dungeon is. Looks like we turned this in the dungeon. We have to go explore the catacombs. It's Utgard Keep. And the catacombs, I think, just over here. Go, let's see how many we can pull. Did we miss it? We have to go down this way. Ridiculous how good monks are. Well, brewmaster monks. If we weren't a brewmaster monk, I don't think we'd have this kind of survivability. Hey, here we go, the harpoon operation manual. Yeah, it is downstairs. Found it. And there is the shining light. Era's gasps for air as he tries to speak. I am an envoy of the Argent Crusade charged with a sacred duty. Our forces were decimated in the Plague Lands by the light of dawn. The artifact was cleansed and made pure once more. So many perished in the wake of its redemption. There is still a chance, still time. The artifact was hurled into the den of the fallen. Far below us, guarded by the unmerciful dead. Era's body glows in blinding light. Light will protect you. So I think we have to go further down, don't we, to get the sacred artifact? Don't we have to go down this way? Pretty sure? Or is this for another quest? Looks like some players are down here. They're level 66? I didn't know you could come here level 66. Oh, that's not a player. That's a Dragon Slayer prisoner. I think we have to go up this way. Maybe it's down one more. Yeah, this is where we need to go. And then we just burn them all. Go. We've obtained the sacred artifact. Eris is unconscious. You feel compelled to place the sacred blade next to the body of Eris. Upon doing this, you are once again blinded by light. So they're giving us a bunch of weapons here. I'll take the one that sells for the most. Looks like it's the Regal Scepter. Eris smiles. Glory to the light, you have done it. Eris coughs. Take the artifact and return it to Valgard. Lord Hyrelon Trueblade awaits its return. Fight with honor, friend. Always honor. Eris dies. Now, I believe... Do we leave here? Zed's probably dead. I think we turn all these back. We don't have to go down again. Because there is a quest to go down to the room we were in and we have to slay everybody in there. But I think we get that a little later. I wonder if what other mounts we have. Did I ever get a Proto Drake? Maybe. I don't think I did. It's too bad. Didn't even get the blue one. Yeah, we didn't get any Proto Drakes. I have a lot of Drakes, though. We got this mount, though. I remember that from, We'll use this. We'll use the Frostbrood... The Bloodbath Frostbrood Francisher. You found Zed you're no doctor, but the prognosis of Zed is most assuredly negative. It looks as if they were preparing to feed him to the wargs. Gruesome. There's no sign of the cipher on Zed. After carefully searching the area, you discover some writing in the dirt. Lauren Day. Inside the catacombs have cipher and tablets. Perhaps you should head into the catacombs located just north of here and search for Glorenfeld and Dagar. The bridge crossing the work pit will lead you right into the tunnel leading down to the catacombs. But I think that's what I was talking about earlier. We'll have to go into the catacombs for that. We'll hop down there, why not? Go back down and finish the job. Should have picked that up before we went in. I think I got this mount from doing the 10-man achievements. Once we took down Heroic Lich King, though, I kind of stopped raiding. Took a break. So I never got Invincible. It was a long line to get him, though. It would have been months. And that's if I even would have had a chance to get him. He was dropped every time. Every time you take down the Lich King on Heroic, or at the Lich King, you would get, Invincible. Or a chance at him. There he is. About bloody time, Pulroy and Zed are dead, and Dagar. Lorenfeld shakes his head, taken by the Dragonflayer chieftain into the depths of these catacombs. I overheard that oversized mongrel mention something about a sacrifice to the Dread King. The cipher is hidden away in Dagarn's grimy beard. What? Dwarves hide things in their beards all the time. They're keeping Dagarn locked up in a cage at the large fight pit ring nearby. From what I've gathered, the Dragonflayers bring out their prisoners to battle against the most powerful gladiators. They dump the losers in the basement where Scourge necromancers turn them into ghoulies. It's horrifying. But first things first, the tablets are strewn about all across this dungeon. Let's get those recovered before you go off trying to be a hero. Alright, so now we can get the tablets. Try to pull everything we can here. There's a bunch in here that we can get. And we should get the rest in this room here. Ingvar sends his dragon riders to descend upon these Viper. Soon they will face the awakened force of the Viper. Check every nook and cranny. You've done well, mate. Now that we've secured the tablets, we can try and save Dagarn's life and recover the cipher that will help us decode the meaning behind these ancient relics. I'll hold on to these tablets. You rescue Dagarn. This guy just hangs out here. There we go, level 69. You might have already seen the room where Dagarn is being held while you were gathering the tablets. It's through the corridor and then down a set of steps. Dagarn will be in the room at the bottom of the steps, locked up tight. Get down there and find him. At the very least, you might be able to get the cipher from him. Yeah, he's just hiding out, that dwarf. He doesn't want to turn into a ghoulie. And we're level 69, which means we can now queue up for random Lich King dungeons, guys. Probably check that out next episode. Let's see who we have to fight here. Somebody here. I have to free somebody from one of these prisons. There they all are. Oh, there he is. There's Dagarn. Release me, cowards. I'll show you what a dwarf is made of. Yep, you found me. Whoopity-doo. And no, I don't have the cipher. My beard was the first thing those beasts checked. Olaf's the one that's got it now. He's the chieftain of the gladiators. Olaf will come out if you defeat the other gladiators. That's about the only way we're getting the cipher back. Put on your wampum boots and get busy in the Ring of Judgment. If you do manage to get the cipher back, return it to Glorenfeld, over near the entrance to these catacombs. Me, don't worry about me. We're on the brink of discovering the missing link to humankind. And they do eventually find out that the Vicryl and humans are related. The ring overflowed with the blood of the interlopers. Olaf has come. The ancient cipher falls to the ground. There we go, we got it. We're not going to free Dagarn, I guess. Dagarn, the cipher? Fascinating tale. Something is actually judging these things? To what end? For what purpose? Well, never mind that nonsense. Someone else can figure out that stuff. We got the ciphers and tablets back, the only two fatalities in the whole ordeal. 'Tis a shame we lost two of our best dwarves while uncovering these relics. They sacrificed their lives to keep this information safe. Thornfeld wraps the cipher and tablets in a tattered cloth. Take these back to Valgard. McSorf will know what to do with the find. As for me, I'll be alright on my own. I've gotten this far in one piece. Alright, so we'll hearth back to Valgard and turn in all these quests. We should get quite a bit of XP. I'm not too sure if we'll get level 70, but it'll be close. Once we hit 70, we will take a little trip to Dalaran. Have you found my reagent pouch? A bit worse for the wear, but still functional. Duralius reaches into the pouches and removes some odd-looking roots. Now to place them in the fire and inhale. Duralius throws the roots into the smoldering incense burner. Duralius inhales deeply. His body begins to quiver. What? Cannot be. Cannot be. Fire grant me vision.
May your days be long.
The echo of Yimmeron.
Your hardships
Spirit world has fallen under the sway of the Lich King. Fearsome creatures made of pure nightmare now stand watch over the realm of elements. I sense that these Valkyr are guarding a terrible secret. I am too old and weak to survive another journey. You must go in my place, Koen Fu. Take the incense burner to Wormskull Village and use it to enter the spirit world. Find the large dwelling to the northeast. Avoid the Valkyr at all costs, lest they make you a permanent fixture in their world.
Be kind to those less fortunate.
Well met.
Did you find the manual?
Be careful.
Zorik flips through the manual. Interesting. According to the manual, the Vikroll have a special tool that allows them to control the harpoon guns with deadly accuracy. It looks a bit like the wheel of one of our ships. Furthermore, it's portable and seems to plug into the harpoon guns like a key. We need to get our hands on one of those.
Light bless you.
Locating the mechanism. Don't worry, Koen Fu. This is all going to lead to something big. Huge. You're just going to have to trust me, and for now, and do as I ask of you. You need to get the mechanism mentioned in the manual for the next step of the plan. I have a strong suspicion that you'll find one-on-one of those Vikroll that operate the harpoon guns in Wormskull Village. You'll find them on the east side of the village, on the docks, by the longhouses.
Great to meet
You're
you.
back.
Safe travels.
Guarding these tablets is going to take some time. All I can gather from a precursory study is that whatever used to be here was an ancestor of the humans. Those Vikroll things probably killed them all off. Anyhow, we'll know more once I get these relics set up. No upgrades here. It's too bad, so we'll take the item cells for the most, which are these. This plate chest.
See you soon.
Explorers League Outpost. It's all a bunch of cryptic nonsense. Even with this cipher, I can't make heads or tails of these tablets. Admittedly, cryptography is not my strong point. You'll need to take the cipher and tablets to our cryptographer, Stanwad. Fortunately, I haven't heard from Stanwad in 2 weeks. He took a team of 20 scientists to the dig sites on the southeastern bluffs of the fjord and hasn't been heard from since. The best I can do is have McGoiver over there give you a lift with a flying machine.
Safe travels.
What can I do for you?
Prisoners of Wormskull. Those soldiers you rescued had a good bit of information for us. These monsters call themselves Vikroll. Took him a while to figure that out. The tribe that's taken up residence in Wormskull Village is led by a mystic named Yanis, who himself is an underlying of another Vikroll known as Ingvar the Plunderer.
Go with honor, friend.
Oi, Keller, any word from the ruins? Anything at all? I've already told you, McSorf, I've sent no less than 3 rescue teams into the ruins and none have returned. I'm working tirelessly to keep this port afloat in one piece. Dragonflayer battle plans. Well, we were able to gather very little information as to the whereabouts of Ingvar. We do know that Yanis resides
For the Alliance.
in a cave next to the Warg Pit inside Wormskull Village. Intelligence gathered from the rescued soldiers indicates that Yanis guards Dragonflayer battle plans. I need to go back to Wormskull and discover those plans, kill any Vikroll that get in your way, including
Light
Yanis.
bless you. Greetings.
By the light.
Be careful.
Many men and women died to recover this blade. Alas, I fear valiant Erez will not be the last. But you do the light's work, hero. This sacred blade will be wielded by Lord Tyrion Fordring himself. Even now, the Argent Crusade works toward Icecrown. Lord Fordring has vowed that he will tear down the walls of the cursed place himself. And with the blade, he might just stand chance against the Lich King. Lord Fordring remains our greatest hope.
Go with honor, friend.
I'm actually doing quests for him on my Hardcore Warrior right now in the Eastern Plaguelands. But yeah, guys, that is going to be the end of today's episode. That's a little introduction to Valgard and the Howling Fjord. I'm looking forward to questing here. We'll probably end up going to Grizzly Hills too. You know, it's kind of hard to skip this zone as well. It's an epic one. But that is going to be the end of today's episode. Next episode, we'll probably start off inside of Utgard Keep. But as always, guys, thanks for watching. Keep your heads up. Later.